Durdle magic. Thank you for tuning in to Durdle Magic. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell if you like the content you see here today, and leave a like and share the video with someone you might think is interested. Leaving those likes really helps us out, but another way to help us out is by using our TCG Player affiliate link below. If you're looking for singles, sealed product, or gaming accessories, please consider using our link to support the channel. We also have some playmats at inkgaming.com. Go ahead and hit the link in the description to check those out. Alright, let's grab some spells and Durdle with some magic. Hello and welcome back to Durdle Magic. Today we're playing some more Kaza Roil Chaser. Looking at our opening hand, I like it a lot. Let's go ahead and keep it. Quasi Duplicate, part of a combo with Dualcaster Mage. Tiro and Lumia I'm trying out in the deck after, well, our lack of master removal. We'll see how that goes. Backdraft Hellkite over here, able to get us some spells back. That will come down later. Wanted to do a little bit of the flashback stuff. So, our commander, Kaza Roil Chaser, blue-red for a legendary 1/2 human wizard, flying in haste. Tap, the next time we cast an instant sorcery spell this turn, it costs X less to cast, where X is the number of wizards as the ability resolves that we control. So they can't kill our wizards in response, or we could make more wizards in response too. Not sure how we'll do that necessarily. Our turn gives us Brainstorm. Let's go ahead and play Temple of Epiphany and get that scry out of the way. Blue Sun Zenith. Yeah, I want to keep that on top. We'll need some card draw going in. Let's go ahead and pass it off to our opponents. Our first opponent is Glissa the Trader. I haven't seen this one in a while. Black green rather. 3/3 zombie elf, first strike and death touch. Whenever a creature your opponent controls dies, you may return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. Now, this is a black-green commander I like because it does something completely not in its color pie, basically. Temple of Meletis down for the Glissa player. And I'll amend that. It does recur things, but they're artifacts, which usually isn't a green and black thing, although green can get anything. Our next opponent is K&T of M, Kynaios and Tiro of Meletis. Red, green, white, blue for a legendary 2/8 human soldier. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card. Each player may put a land card from their hand onto the battlefield, then each opponent who didn't draws a card. Oh, our last opponent looks like they have already left the game. That is too bad. Boros Guildgate into play for K&T. We get the Blue Sun Zenith. Let's go ahead and play an island. Then let's go ahead, play the Mind Stone, pass it off to our opponents. Reliquary Tower coming down for Glissa. That should be interesting. Golgari Signet coming down. Alright, matching our ramp. 2 K&T Forest into play. Selesnya Signet. Alright, I can dig it. We're all kind of on the same page. I can enjoy this. Our turn gives us Preordain. Alright, let's play the land. Get a 1 life trigger off of that. And let's see, we do have 3 mana. We could summon our commander, but I don't think that really does much for us right now. Let's go ahead and do Preordain. We have Path of Ancestry and Island. Let's get Path of Ancestry. Let's go ahead and put the island on bottom. Put the path on top. And then we'll draw it. And pass it off to our opponents. Pilgrim's Eye coming down for Glissa. That'll be good for them. They'll go get to search a land out of their deck. Put it into their hand. And I imagine kind of play it would be great. Yeah, there it is, a forest. Ooh, on point 2. It's from the Tangle on Meriden. Well, what used to be Meriden. Horizon Spellbomb coming down. Classic Glissa card. Over to K&T. Glissa outpacing us pretty good. Rites of Flourishing. Group Hug card extraordinaire. I do run one in my Omnath. Mountain in play. Plains into play. Everflowing Chalice kicked 1 time. Okay. So, I think it's safe to say we're going to be outramped a little bit. Over to our turn, we'll get to draw 2 cards. Garsnipe for the first one. Rites of Flourishing gives us a mountain. Cool, cool. Let's play a mountain. Play Path of Ancestry. And then I suppose we could play Tibber and Luma. That might be something we could do. We could also play Garsnipe and get that down early. And then do a Brainstorm. Yeah, I think let's go ahead and do that. Garsnipe to the battlefield. Then let's go ahead and do a Brainstorm. Garsnipe will trigger. 2 damage to each opponent. Let's draw 3 cards. Ooh. All pretty good. All pretty good. Let's see. What do we want to do? We'll put Quasi Duplicate and Blue Sun Zenith back on top of the library. Alright, let's pass it off to our opponents. Glissa's turn. Rites of Flourishing will trigger again, and I'll stop saying that till it's destroyed or removed. Horizon Spellbomb being sacrificed. Those are to the library for basic land card. They also pay for the green, it looks like. They will draw a card. There's the green. Nil Spellbomb, Graveyard Removal, Swamp into play. Over to K&T. Let's see what they do. They are sitting pretty at, what, 6 mana so far? It's only turn 4. That's pretty good. Although we're all ramping pretty good because of K&T at this point. Gruul Signet coming down for them. Okie doke. Collective Voyage. Join forces starting with you. Each player may pay any amount of mana. Then search their library for X basic land cards, where X is the total amount of mana paid this way. Pardon me. Enters the battlefield, tap, shuffles their library. Alright, yeah, I don't want to pay for anything extra. That's going to get way out of hand. K&T pumping 4 into it. Yeah, no, I'm not going to add anything. That's completely fine with me. Alright, we get 4 lands. Let's go ahead, grab 2 mountains and 2 islands. Keep it nice and even. Lands into play. Too bad we don't have any landfall in the deck. Ooh, something of theirs came into play. Thriving Bluff. Alright, I haven't seen any of these lands in Magic Online so far. Interesting. The chosen color is blue, so I guess they need blue. Comes our turn, we get Sigil Tracer. Another card from Rights is going to be Ghost Quarter. Okay, let's go ahead and play the Ghost Quarter. Then we'll go ahead and play a Rhystic Study. Hopefully it won't get blown up too soon. And then we will play, by using this land, an Archaeomancer. We will get to scry 1 because of the Path of Ancestry. For reference, Gutter Snipe is a Shaman. Meteor Blast. Yeah, we'll keep that on top. Archaeomancer comes into play. Let's put the trigger on the stack. Let's get Preordained back. Oop. Nihil Spellbomb's gonna nab us. Too bad. There goes our graveyard. Sad face. Alright, let's go ahead and then play our Tibur and Lumia. That way we can do some extra stuff later in case they start doing some crazy shenanigans with tokens. Pass it off to our opponents. I guess you should start laying into K&T, but I don't feel like I want to do that yet. They only have 2 cards in hand. They have to play their commander soon, I wager. Over to Glissa's turn. Thematic Compass coming down. Let's see if they pay for the study. They are floating green. They do. Thematic Compass being activated, they'll go search for a land. Swamp into play for Glissa. Glissa the Trader coming down. Tapping all the mana. They do pay the 1 for the study. Alright, there it is. 3/3 First Strike Death Touch. Pretty good combination. Thematic Compass will flip over at the end of turn. They do control, I think it's at 8 lands. I think it was 9 by the end. Over to K&T. Arid Mesa into play for them. K&T coming down. Let's see if they pay for the study. They do not. Let's go ahead and draw a card with it. Meteor Blast. We knew that was coming. Ghostly Prison coming down. Alright, so it's kind of like a Pillow Fort Hug deck. We'll have to see what else they have. They do pay for Rhystic Study that time. Sad face. We are going to get to draw a card at their end step though, so that's not too bad. Bramble Sovereign. Ooh, that's going to be a lot of saps. They didn't pay for Rhystic. Let's go ahead and draw a card. Pongify. Okay, that'll work out. Arid Mesa getting cracked. There'll be a land into play for them. Ketria Triome into play for them. I recently just got one of these, and now that there's a 4-card Omnath out, I found that a little ironic. We will go ahead and choose to draw a card. It should say, like, in this box down here where my logo is, it should say land or card draw instead of just no. That can be really confusing in my opinion. We get Reality Shift off our regular draw, and then we get, this is a new card, Silundi Vision. It can also be a land, so that's interesting. Although the last time I played with one of these, it was the dual-faced lands, so it was land on one side, land on the other side. It didn't let me choose, but I did use an ability to put it into play, so maybe that's a thing. Let's go ahead and play an island. Then we will cast Reality Shift on the Bramble Sovereign. We have 2 triggers. Let's go ahead and stack them out. Lumia and Tibur are going to give something flying, so let's go ahead and pick, I guess, Tibur and Lumia. Alright, and then let's go ahead and play the Visions. We'll get yet some more triggers. Alright, so we have no instant sorceries at the top 6. Well, okay. They'll go to the bottom in a random order. We do get rid of some lands, so that's okay, I think. I do think we need to do Meteor Blast and get rid of Glissa and the Pilgrim's Eye. That is a lot, though. And I don't want to use Fiery Confluence to get rid of the Glissa necessarily. Let's just go to combat real quick. We will send them both at Glissa. Tibur Lumia and Gar Snipe over the head of Glissa. We do have an intercept. Pilgrim's Eye against Tibur and Lumia. Okay. Damage is good for 2. Pilgrim's Eye down to the second main. And I think at this point, we just cast Pongify on Glissa. They do have 10 cards in hand, so things are getting a little bit scary here. Glissa becomes an ape token. Glissa to the command zone. Let's pass it off to our opponents. We have a lot of mana getting tapped over there. Vraska the Unseen. They do pay for the study trigger. They'll be able to destroy a permanent. I imagine it's going to be Rhystic Study. Yep, Rhystic Study hits the bin. Too bad. Golgari Keyrune coming down for the Glissa player. Okie doke. Implement of Malice. Okay. Sacrifice it for black, rather. Target player discards a card, activates the ability only time you can cast a sorcery, put into the graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. Okay. They do have black they can force us to discard. That's sadness. Alright, let's see who are they choosing. Oh, they're choosing K&T. Alright, getting them down to 0 cards in hand. Let's see what they discard. Ooh, what is that? Divine Intervention. Enters the battlefield, 2 intervention counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove 1. When you remove the last one, the game is a draw. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. Interesting dynamic we have going on here. Okay, I have not run into this before. Let's see what happens. Land into play for K&T, that's an island. Azora Signet coming down for K&T. 0 cards in hand now. To the end step, we will choose to draw a card. Again, we have to select no under my logo here. I, again, wish it was land or draw. We get Anarchist, alright. Thornwood falls into play for K&T. We get Shark Typhoon, that'll be good for us. Plus Izet Chronarch, plus we have Anarchist, so that's pretty good. This is an instant, so yeah, Anarchist rather, not the best at the moment. Let's play the Izet Chronarch. It is a wizard, and we get 2 triggers. So let's give something flying. We'll give it to our Chaomancer. And then we get to deal 1 damage to everything that doesn't have flying. Trigger to the stack. Let's go ahead and pick the Vision. Let's recast the Vision. See what's in our top 6 cards here. Gutter will trigger. Tiborn Lumia will give something else flying. Let's go ahead and give it to Gutter. Alright, so we have Mazizium Mortars. Yeah, that'll be fine. We do have to give flying to one of our other creatures, though. A lot of lands there, too. Dodge that one, huh? Okay, and then I guess we'll blow up some artifacts. Or we'll just do damage to our opponents. Seems good. Gutter will trigger again. Tiborn Lumia will trigger again, dealing 1 damage to each creature without flying. There we go. Gutter will trigger, and then Fire Confluence will deal 6 to our opponents. Seems pretty good, and we'll pass it off. Oop, no, actually, we have flyers. Hello. Let's get to the attacking. Off into K&T. Off into Glissa. Tiborn Lumia does not fly currently, so we'll hold them back. Oh yeah, they have Ghostly Prison. I forgot. Sad face. Alright. Well, just 1 into the Glissa then. And damage is good. Let's pass it off. Glissa has 11 cards in hand. They will have 13 after all the triggers and the step is done. That's a lot of mana they have as well. Kind of dangerous. Vraska the Unseen will protect itself technically. If we smack her, our creature will die. Glissa the Trader coming back down for that player. Dark Steel Plate. Nice. Dark Steel Plate being equipped to their commander. There goes all of our red removal anyway. Actually, most of our blue removal too, now that I think about it. Ancient Stirrings. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Reveal a colorless card from among them. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Or any order, sorry. That's pretty good. Let's see, they do have to reveal it. Let's go to the Revealed tab. Hopefully it won't close on me a bunch. And it's Bajuka Bog. Alright. Probably us. Yep. That's too bad. I was going to get back Fire Confluence. Sadness. Executioner's Capsule. Destroy target non-black creature. Luckily they don't have the mana for it this turn, but next turn is a problem. Over to K&T. They'll have 2 cards in hand only this turn. Although with enchantments like Divine Intervention, I don't know if that's a problem for them. That's a land into play. Ooh, Emergency Powers. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into the library, then draw 7 cards. Exile this. Addendum, if you cast it during your main phase, you may put a permanent card, with converted mana cost 7 or less from your hand onto the battlefield. Yeah, that seems pretty good for what they're trying to do, or at least what I assume they're trying to do. I also really like this hand. I wanted to play Shark Typhoon with Backdraft Hellkite, even though it got, neutered. New hand. Lands. Possible combo piece. Another possible combo piece. Jorian. Okay, it's not as good as I would have liked, but, you know. Also, it gets through a Glissa's hand, and they were at like 12 or 13 cards, I believe. Azorius Chantry into play for the KNT player. They'll have to bounce a land. Arid Mesa into play for KNT. Will they crack it this turn? They do have a slew, you know, brand new hand of cards. Could be very dangerous. Alright, so I think we can Comet Storm this next turn and deal a lot of damage. We'll have to see. KNT triggers at the end step. We will... I guess I'll choose to put a land into play this time. Actually, no, we'll draw a card. We will draw a card. We get 2 land drops from the right anyway. Mystic Sanctuary. That's ironic. Comes with roofs. We get Meteor Blast back. Okay. For our next draw, what do we get? Arcane Signet. Okay, not terrible. Let's go ahead and play a Temple of the False God. And the Island. And we will summon Jorian Ruin Diver. Tiborn Lumia will trigger for each of their triggers. Red Spell, going to ping stuff. Flying, let's give it to Garsnipe. I want that one to live more than the others. Okay, now I think we tap all of our mana, play Turnabout, untap all of our stuff, cast our commander, tap it, cast Comet Storm, and win the game. I think that's how I'm looking at it right now. Let's do Temple of the False God, play the Arcane Signet because we're just going to get back, basically. Second spell, we get to draw a card. Nice. The Mana Compass. Alright, I'm not going to cast that. And let's tap down all the mana. Make sure we get everything we need to do things here. And cast Turnabout. Gotta pay some mana. Garsnipe will trigger. Tiborn Lumia will trigger. Let's go ahead and give Tiborn Lumia flying. Glissa has quit the game. Okay. Seems legit. For Turnabout, we will select, see, down here under the logo, I know you can't see it, but Artifact Creature Land. We'll select Land. Why can't it do that with KNT? We will untap the lands. And then we will summon our commander, because that's the whole point of this. Use some of the blue floating from the path to get a scry. Tiborn Lumia will deal 1 damage to stuff. We get flying stuff, and then our commander gets to do some scrying. Let's go ahead and save, I suppose, the Archaeomancer. I don't think it really matters. Molten Echoes. Yeah, we'll keep that on top. No, let's put it on the bottom. Is that Chronoc hits the bin? That's unfortunate. Kaza Roil Chaser into play. Let's go ahead and tap for X. Alright. And I honestly don't know how much more mana we need for this. So I am just going to leave a bunch of mana up. Just in case we need, I don't know, a counter spell or something. Maybe they'll think we have it. And cast Comet Storm. Pick our opponent. Hit OK under the logo. Tap all the mana furiously so we can get things going here. Say done under the logo. And do the things. And KNT gives it up. We win the match. Alright, so Kaza on hyper mode. That was fun and nice. I wish our last opponent had kind of like, you know, stuck around in the match. I didn't even get to see what they were. Can we see? Nope. Sad face. Let's take a look at the deck. Okay, here's the deck. Added more mass removal. Yeah, that worked out a lot better than I had anticipated, although generally we weren't up against the tokens this time. Plus we had help drawing a bunch of cards. I think a mistake in the early game, in this game anyway, for myself was getting rid of that Blue Sun Zenith. I should have read the room better, as it were, and probably have kept that. Otherwise, I mean, victory's victory, right? The Salundi Vision, I don't know. It looks at the top 6 cards, and I have to put everything else on the bottom. It did get us through some land blocks, though. So I'm going to keep it in, keep it around, test it. As you can see on the left side of the screen, I keep like every deck I've ever made for this channel, plus my own personal stuff. So we might see this commander again if they come out with something completely awesome. Not broken, though. We're not going for broken. Other than that, going back to the mass removal, I added Meteor Blast over here. I added Starstorm. I added Shatter Skull Smashing. This one I have like weird feelings about, and I haven't gotten it out to test it yet in the deck, so we'll see. I also got Fireball, just so we can have a reason to cast our commander, get some wizards down. The creature count has come down drastically. I think it was at like 30 or 28 or something, and I got rid of a lot of those, so now we only have 20. That essentially means every game we're going to depend a little bit more on our mass removal. and a little bit less on the ability of our commander, but it can give us, I think, on average, assuming our guys live, a 3 mana reduction on instants and sorceries. I did add 2 new wizards. I added the wizard from Dominaria, Edeliz, the Cinder Wind. Our guys get a little bit bigger, and we can give them flying through various things like Tibor and Lumia, which is what I'm going to cover next. It acts as a board wipe and can give stuff flying. You do have to dance around with it a little bit, and I'm going to be honest, back and forth through the years, I've wanted to use this card for various things. This is the first time I actually got to play it. And this is from, I think, what was this, Guild Pact? The original Ravnica block, so there you go. Might work for you if you want to try it out. I'm not thrilled with Arcanist. It can only get back a sorcery, or Anarchist. I don't know why I always say Arcanist. Either case, it only gets back a sorcery. It's not as good as the Izet Chronarch. It's not as good as the Archaeomancer. I would probably replace that with something else. This deck also could have a Blink bent to it, and I was thinking about that when I initially created the deck. I took out Deadeye Navigator. I took out the Ghostly Flicker. Those were the only 2 things I had in here. You really want blue and white in a Flicker deck, I feel like. Or at least a way to recur the spells or the abilities or something like that. Also added Vandal Blast, which could have been nifty this game. Other than that, I think we covered, like, oh no, I also did Echoing Truth because tokens are a pain in my butt. So, Echoing Truth, also good, added that. So yeah, definitely add more mass removal, Blasphemous Act, forgot about that. Yeah. So, here's the deck. I hope you enjoyed the game. A little bit short, a little bit sweet, very, like, hyper mode because of KNT. I enjoyed it. That's kind of what I wanted to do with the deck anyway. Probably still needs more card draw on the back end here. So if you want to build Kaza, or Kaza, I guess, definitely add some card draw. And I'll post the link to this deck in the description below. Go ahead and check that out. If you saw any cards that you want to purchase for your paper collection, or you need some sleeves, or perhaps even want some sealed product, please consider using the TCG Player affiliate link in the description below. I'll appreciate it, of course. It doesn't cost you anything else extra, and it helps support the channel. Alright, let's go on to the next series and our last commander for Zendikar Rising, and then, at least hopefully on to Commander Legends. That has been delayed, by the way, till late November. And, I mean, frankly, it'll take forever to cover all those commanders, so yeah. See you then. Let's see what we get out of it, huh? Thank you for coming to Durdle with us today. Hit that subscribe button and go ahead and hit that notification bell so you're always up to date with our latest videos. Please leave a like and share the video with somebody who you might think is interested. We also post links to our videos on Facebook and Twitter at DurdleMTG. If those are the forums you choose to use, please check this out there. Until we can Durdle with some magic again, see you around.